known each other for quite some time.
Long time, yeah.
A few stories that won't be aired. Probably actually all of them, to be honest. You know, if you swear in the first 3 minutes of YouTube, you get demonetized straight away. So, yeah.
Better keep it PG.
PG, yeah. So, obviously, a bit of a difficult one because we've known each other for quite some time.
Long time, yeah.
A few stories that won't be aired. Probably actually all of them, to be honest, but yeah.
Jesus. Where are you going to start?
I don't know, man. Probably no, I'm not going to talk about that either. You're third generation racer?
Second. Second. Yeah.
Yeah, so the old man raced.
Yeah, he's
back in the day.
Yeah, I think he started off in B grade or something like that, which is then it went to 3 litre. In an old shit box that he bought when he was 16, and then he obviously just fell in love with it, and here we are still doing it. So as much as we sometimes don't want to do it, we still seem to keep coming back and doing it. So,
and obviously, it was pretty early that he started building his own cars.
Yeah, I think his first one was. You said the other day it was about 1987 or something.
Yeah. Not that long ago.
Nah, and he had the reason why he actually finished it was because he had a bloke come to him and tell him that he'll never get it done. So he thought, well, I'm going to do it. So he done it, and yeah, here he is still doing it.
Yeah, right.
So,
and then Hayden RaceCars was born from that.
Yeah, that probably started when I started building my cars, I think. Well, he used to build his own, but there was no Hayden RaceCars then. But after that, when we sort of had my first, second junior, whatever it was we built, then it sort of took off from there. And I wouldn't have a clue how many cars he's done. It's been a long time. So, and then he went to, which he's still done a few from home, but he went to Bullet Chassis in Mount Gambier. That's why we moved over there from here, and started building supers with Rick Slater and Dave Gartner. They sort of own the shop, and they needed someone there to give him a hand. So he went over there and done that, and then left there and come back. Just started doing from home after work. So,
because he's a self-taught guru, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a panel beater by trade, spray painter. But yeah, he just started mucking around with shit and sort of taught himself and taught me what I know, which isn't much, but he can sort of put his hand to anything, which is good.
Do you trip out still to this day when people come to him in the pits and ask him for
set up advice? And yeah.
Because you won't turn anyone down either.
Nah. As much as sometimes you should, he'll just end up over their car, under their car, giving them a hand, and he's always done it, and I think he'll always will.
Loves it, eh?
He loves it, yeah. So it's sort of the main reason why I keep going, as much as I love it, but it's to keep him involved and keep his mind motivated and keep him into it, give him something to do. So, yeah.
You first started Junior Sedans?
Yep, when I was 10. Bought a rolled Corolla off Glenn Sutherland. Fixed it up, raced that for 2 seasons, I think. And then we built my first car, which was a Datsun. So
was that Corolla a street car?
No, it was his old. That was Glenn's. Yeah, that was Glenn's Junior, and he was getting out, and that's when he went to Limited Sporties. So we bought that off of him. I think it was $1,200 or something. Tidied it up and sold that, and that sort of paid to build a new one. And then from then we sort of built them all. Other than my last one, we bought and raced and then sold that off. So.
Yeah, because that Corolla's you on the Chantal Corolla.
Yeah, yep. Which we bought that off Dane King shop.
Because he won the Australian title in that as well, didn't he?
Nah, the year before he was leading it till 2 laps to go and ended up finishing third.
I thought
It was a brand new car, and then he broke down on the way home at Nundrew. We rang him about it, and we just went to Nundrew and unloaded his truck and took all the stuff out of it and took it home. No one else was there. And then I think we paid for it like 2 weeks after when he gave us the bank details. Pretty casual.
Trustworthy blokes in your van. So.
Yeah, most WA blokes are pretty good though. They're normally genuine.
Yeah. You come from a good pocket of Junior Sedan kids, didn't you?
Yeah.
We've looked at some of the records that have floated around, the people that you raced, and there's I wouldn't say that there's not that group coming through now.
Oh, there's not.
You never know. No one would have said it at the time about you guys. And
yeah.
What's come through.
But I think the last few years of juniors, there's sort of only been a handful of ones that can win every week. But, I was racing against Brad Warren and Andy Hibbert. Started off with Barry, Julie, when I was a kid. Jeremy Bettison, Tim Rankin, Jamie Veal was there. Liam Williams. Then you got Kyle Spicer and his sister. And there was a heap of good ones from WA that were there was, go to Australian title, there was probably 25 cars that could win. But I don't think you got that now with them. There's not many classes that you do have that many.
No.
That can, that they're going to be up there.
No, you probably really only got, maybe, I don't know. It's hard because I suppose on any given night anyone can win, but it's if you talk.
You got the usual blokes.
Yeah, you know who the usual suspects are.
Yeah, that's right. And they always seem to be there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know much about sprint cars, but you got your usual blokes there that are winning, and the ones that are thereabouts. And then you go to Streeties and you obviously got Barry that if he turns up, he obviously everyone else should just go home. You got modifieds, you got Raymond, you've got Walters, Brock's out of it now. Max Clark, McDonald boys. Joel Berkeley's probably one to beat now. Always has been, but he's more every week he's just there. So there's probably only a dozen to 15 that are always up there. And then, your juniors, I don't know much about, but I've watched them, and there's always only 2 or 3 that seem to win all the time. It's not like it used to be. There was a lot more competition when I was a junior, in my class, than what there seems to be in any class now, I reckon. More consistent blokes. So.
And then after juniors, how hard was the decision on which way to go after that?
It wasn't very hard. Dad had a mod already half built. So we done that for a few years, and then I had a brain fade and went to a wingless. Had that for 5 meetings and didn't like it. Went back to the modified, and then went 500 racing for 12 months, and it didn't really suit me. They were fun, but I didn't really. The driving style wasn't sort of mine. And then built another modified and raced probably, 20 times in 10 years. The engine's blowing up and having to pay for them all the time, and it just sort of got too hard.
Yeah, because I know it used to be a hotbed for modifieds Murray Bridge, but trying to explain to people now that you guys are not streeties is a hard thing, and it's you got you'd have at least double the horsepower, maybe more.
Yeah, I would have thought so. Yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously you got the big tyre on as well.
Right. Yeah, and better suspension.
Yeah. Cars
are lighter.
Yeah.
Modifieds in Murray Bridge was when sort of my old man was racing. They had a good series there, and it was always good cars there.
Yeah.
A lot of them. and then it sort of faded off. But SA title, I don't know why, never seemed. It was when Dad was racing, it was always a thing to do. And when I first started mods, SA title was at the Mount. There was a lot of good cars there, and then after that, it seemed to just no one really went to it. But I think they need to, like Murray Bridge is trying to get mods going.
Yeah.
And I think more people from over Victoria way that were whinging that mods are dead in SA should load their cars up and travel there and race.
Yeah, because
support them, try and get them going again.
Yeah, because it's a good track for them.
Yeah, Murray Bridge is awesome.
Yeah.
A lot of Waikerie and that, a lot of people say, it's not a track for them or whatever, but I've driven there a couple of times and I love the joint. Renmark's hit and miss, but when I was there, it was good. I enjoyed it. Mount Gambier's obviously, it's just good for everything.
Yeah.
Where else is there? Bordertown, the old Bordertown track, that was always awesome.
Yeah.
Mods there, we had a few go over there one week and that was good.
You had a good night there in the old XF.
Yeah.
Clean sweep, everything.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that old Bordertown track was bloody good.
We used to see mods on that now with the banking in it.
If they prep it right, mods are good anyway.
Wouldn't be too much for them or anything like
that. No, they'd be. You'd see some good racing there from them, I reckon.
Yeah.
Especially if you can. Obviously, it'd be probably black. Have that much banking, it's sort of got to be. So they'd move around a lot, I would have thought. Be high line and slide jobs and be real good racing. I'd like to see them there.
Yeah, it's only a couple of hours across the border too, so you should get the.
Well, you'd hope so, yeah. They seem to go Queensland way every week, and a lot of them go up there all the time, but they don't go the other way.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, if you want to get mods going again in SA, they need to do it.
Yeah, no. There's a few cars floating around.
And they've definitely picked their game up from what they started off at. Yeah. Like they're getting more and more cars. The cars are getting better and better. There's like the new Mustang there. Got young Thorny and Terry Brown's car. That's going to be a good thing, I reckon.
He's good in it today. He's so
he's fun to watch.
He
just has a crack.
He's just so hard on himself, which I understand you have to be as a racer, but you go and chat to him mate, you're absolutely ripping it, and he's like, nah.
Yeah, no, I went there a few weeks ago when we first got my new car going, and it obviously shit itself, and I was watching it, and he was the one I was watching. He was bloody awesome to watch.
Yeah, just hangs it out.
Yeah, just gets on it and has a crack, and so he's not settling for bloody second. He's always and once they sort that out, I reckon it'd be a fast car.
Yeah, and I'm trying to sort of promote that sort of racing too from the class too.
They just need a few more of them, which they're getting there.
Yeah,
but it'd be good to get more. I know a few Murray Bridge, Mildura guys go there, but they need to get a few more from Vic that are competitive as well.
Yeah, turn it back into that sort of hotbed that it once was.
Yeah.
Do you ever race Speedway City in mod?
No, only ever been there once. No, I didn't race it. I went with Stuart Hill.
Yeah, right.
There was SA junior title. Went up there with him, and I think Subers were on the same night. That's the only time I ever went there.
Yeah, right. I remember him there in a late model.
Stuart Hill.
Yeah. Man, that must be so long ago, eh? Well, Speedway City's been gone for so long now already. It must be, I don't know, talking 10, 13 years ago.
It'd have to be, yeah.
Or something like that, yeah.
Yep, he's been out for a while now.
Yeah. Last time I seen him was in the tractor report.
Same old Stewie.
Someone's going to do it, man, eh? I had that conversation today with anyone who's on a committee with a club or something like that, credit to them. I don't know who would want to do it, eh? Without them, we don't have, don't have the clubs, don't have the racing.
Nah.
No.
No, they, some of them need to probably shouldn't do what they're doing. They're not really qualified to do it. But they're there helping, so
Yeah.
they're trying. That's all they can do.
Yeah, it's the politics of it all gets pretty like hectic for it. Like, is that bad in mods as well? That sort of stuff, or
No, not really. No, mods is good. Just a good all round class. You know,
it's people are laid back than the other classes.
yeah, most of them get along. Most people help each other out, and then as soon as the final's done, it's if it's title or King's Royal or T-Bar Nationals or whatever it is. Everyone sort of stays at the track and bloody has a few cans after it and talks a bit of shit, and just it's a good class. Like, yeah, that's the thing I didn't like about 500s and wingless. Like, you come back in from your final, it's like, oh, we're going to get a beer, and once it's meeting's done and pack everything up, and you turn around and they're all gone. It was like the after side of it's the best part of it.
Yeah, especially for you because you've always had the music cranking out the trailer. And
yeah, that's what it's about. You got to have fun, and that's what mod blokes are like.
Yeah,
No matter sort of someone's got music going or there's a spot to be. Like
there's a barbecue going or something.
We get Tangles that just cook pizza up every week when he's there, and it's like everyone hangs around there, or he gets roast, or like, and it's good fun. That's the funnest part about it. I think that's what sort of keeps me going with it. Is not so much the racing side of it; it's just seeing everyone catching up and having a ball after it. So, right.
So where's your favourite track to go? Because you're pretty lucky where you're at, like here in Haywood, like in the mountains an hour away. Portland's just down the road. Warrnambool's
An hour.
Hamilton's
45.
What's Horsham? Another hour.
Yeah, it's about 2 from here. It's been that long since I've sort of done much racing to be able to pick a track, but it was always my favourite joint was always Hamilton. But then I went to Toowoomba when we brought Brooks' car, and raced it there, and that joint's bloody. I reckon that'd probably be my favourite joint now. Mildura's good. Portland, I've done a few laps there since I've done the track, and that's pretty good. And the track's always good there. Mount Gambier's always good. It's hard to choose, but I'd probably say Toowoomba wouldn't have to be me favourite one out of all of them, I reckon.
Yeah, like stiff competition out there for mods, eh?
Yeah, you got good ones there, but that's the best part of it. They drag you along. You can be slower, but you get faster because they drag you along for some reason. But the track's just, you can move around on it. There's plenty of room on it. There's always a couple lanes there. And it's not just the track, it's the actual complex itself. It's good grass on the hills, good canines, the pits is unreal.
Yeah.
You line up, there's a shed there that you can line up and drive through and get scrutineed there, and the pit canine's good, never run out of food. The whole joint's just a good setup. You can watch, you can see, because you're up high, you can see a whole lot. Yeah.
You're going there for this Christmas run?
Yeah, a few drums with the new car, but I think I'll just fix it to what we think is going to be right and take it, and because we're going anyway for a holiday. And if it breaks, well, I'll just put it in the trailer and watch it anyway.
Then you're going holiday for the holiday part.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I want to do it because I like T-Bar and Supers are on that night as well. A couple of nights, which will be good. And just catch up with everyone again.
Because you're like, you've unfortunately gone through that phase now of like the teething problems with the new car.
Yeah.
You've been there before though. It's not.
It never seems to stop, but
yeah.
There's a few little things I think we've got to change to make it better, but we're hoping to take it to Hamilton tonight, actually, but it got rained out. So I think I'll take it up to Brock's in a week or so, and he's going to have a look at it, go over it, and then we'll bring it home and change what he, a couple of things in the front that he tells us to do. Got some new shocks off him and load it up and take it to Toowoomba. See how it goes.
Can't get any worse, can it?
No, I'm going to be there anyway, so might as well tow it and leave it at home.
Yeah, there haven't been any major dramas sort of thing though.
Nah, other than got the engine done, which took longer than it should. Got it home, put it in, got it ready to start. Had to pull it apart. Got it fixed, put it back together. Then we went to dyno. What happened there? Fuel. The diff was leaking. Rocker cover was leaking. So I had to fix that. And then went to Murray Bridge and blew a gearbox up in the first 5 or 6 laps, whatever it was. Got home, fixed that, and then went to Warrnambool and broke. First heat, just sort of rolled around on my own and it was good. Next heat, it got a bit rough and busted the right front shocker. And then next heat, got a hit in the left front wheel and busted the left front shocker, as well as the brake line. And then final, the fuel pump pulley fell off. So it stopped. So I fixed that and then re-dynoed it and got it a bit better, just revving a bit cleaner and that. So that side of it's all good, hopefully. So from now on, hopefully there's, just a general shit that breaks.
Yeah.
If you hit the fence or whatever. So not actually things that are falling apart, but that always happens with a new car, obviously.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You, I'm, knowing you, I know that you're extremely proud of this build on the car. Like the level that it's built to is like first class all around.
Well, it took long enough to do it. Build it took 5 years or something, I think. With obviously wasn't working on it for 5 years, but it took that long with money to buy stuff for it. Buying a house in Hayward, trying to get a shed up, as well as putting fences up, all just general life stuff. And then obviously had the young fella, so that took a bit of the time up, which was probably the best thing that's ever happened. Waited for the engine to get back, got that, and it's come up to be a good all-round thing, but we just got to stop it breaking.
Yeah. Were you sort of at Murray Bridge the other week, first time there, it was pretty cool to see, the amount of guys that were, basically gawking over it more or less.
Yeah.
Guys from other categories too were like, whoa, look at this thing.
It was never going to be what it is. It was always, when we had a VZ Commodore that just got sick of trying to fix, and we went to Queensland, raced it and played up, so I just put it on the trailer, bring it home, advertised it on Facebook for sale. Didn't tell the old man. Rang him up, told him we've got to pull the engine out because I've sold it as a roller, and then we sold the engine separate. And I was going to be out of it. I was sick of it. And he said, why don't you build another XF? Just have a bit of fun. And I said, no, I'm fucking done with it, And then obviously tried another couple of weeks later. And thought, well, might as well, I suppose. And it was only just going to be a basic car. And then...
Because the first one wasn't it?
Yeah, very.
Yeah.
It was just standard diff and standard brakes and...
You almost tell me you had like off-road XF shocks and springs and stuff in it, or like truck springs or something?
No, yeah, it had just
Like heavy towing springs or something?
yeah, something like that. And then he went to America with Darren Forrest to buy. Darren was buying a late model, and Dad went with him. And he bought some integral shocks out over there, just steel body integral shocks with the external coilover kit. I think they cost him about $70 or $80 each, and that was what was in it the whole time, just spring rates. And he done the front arms and stuff in it. Worked out those roll centers in the front of it, and set the arm angles to what we wanted. And the engine in it was his old engine from when he used to race. And the rest was standard brakes, standard diff, and that was it. Now we spent all this money on the new one, and it's breaking. Doesn't seem to make sense.
Yeah, because that's sort of like probably the good thing about mods too, that you can run a lot of that standard street gear, or you can go like fully hectic, like you have a new one.
Yeah, but it sort of doesn't make it any faster. It just makes it nicer to work on.
Yeah.
Obviously, better shocks and that will make it better, but 9-inch is just sort of more for reliability. Got to have a good engine, whatever you got, whatever class you're in, you got to have a decent engine. But that's the good thing about mods. You can have an FG win. Next week, you can have a Tirana win. Following week, you can have a Cortina win. Have a VZ win. We can XF, like there's so many different, most classes, sort of just look the same, a lot of them.
Yeah.
Different paint scheme. But mods, there's actually different cars. And that's the good thing about it. There's not sort of one perfect car for everywhere.
Yeah.
There's so many different things that, different cars that can win on the night. It's just what suits what track suits the car for that night. So that's what I like about it.
Where do you see mods saying that? Like with what's out there road going? Like what's like really the Mustang's the latest thing to go into it, and that would have to be getting close to 5 or 6, maybe more years older.
Yeah,
some of those Mustangs would be 2015 or something, wouldn't they? Like,
yeah, I don't know. From what I've heard, they're probably not going the right way. As you said about cars hard to find, well, I've just built a new XF. So, when were they? 86 or 7? You can still find decent XF shells now. So you've got plenty of time, FGs, and you're still going to find them for years.
Yeah.
So they should just leave it where it's at.
Well, what's the talk of what they're doing?
I can't say.
I think I know what it is. I reckon I've heard it before.
Lips are sealed.
Well, is Hayden RaceCars supplying the chassis or something?
Nah. I think if you want a chassis car, you can just go super.
Yeah. They all look the same, though. That's my only complaint with them. Especially like looking at them from the golden era when they were.
But you like sprint cars?
Yeah.
Don't they all look the same?
No.
How are they any different?
Different bodies on and stuff.
Well, Supers have got different bodies.
You find me 3 different Supers on the next night.
You got a Dominator, you got a Sweet, you got an Insane.
Yeah.
They've all got different bodies. There's 3.
Sprint cars are the same.
They are the same, exactly.
No, I suppose I suppose when you think about it that way, that you've built a brand new car, like 30 years later, 40 years later.
And it was a very good rust-free shell. Tangles in Queensland just built a new XF, and his shell was absolutely there wasn't a mark on it. So if you can still find them to build a new car, you got plenty of time to build a new FG or a VZ or whatever. You still got a Tirana race.
Yeah.
Cortinas are still racing. I think just leave them the way they are.
I'm intrigued to know what way they're going to go now.
Just ask me later.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, I hope it doesn't ruin it.
I think there'll be a lot of people going supers. Already is.
Yeah.
Already
That's where
starting
you
to.
end up, eh? Supers.
Yeah,
You've always wanted to do that, though.
yeah. And I think the way mods are going, they're starting to cost a lot of money.
Are you swayed more into supers now that the LS is allowed?
Yeah, because you can just buy an engine and don't have to muck around with it and go racing, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing. They're starting to grow. I think they're going to take over in another couple of years. You know, there's already another 4 or 5 cars or something getting built for down this way, I've heard. So, you know, the Vic Series that meant to be on tonight, there was 20-something cars, I think.
Yeah, right.
And there was some good ones there. They're starting to pick up again, which is good. Because, yeah, they're a good class to watch.
Yeah,
And they're very, I think they're pretty affordable now. Like compared to the older days, they have a good engine, which, you know, a lot of money. Whereas now with the LS, you can be a little bit lighter. I think they've done a good thing there.
Yeah, it'd be good to see them come back, so they definitely put on racing. Do you remember that first night that we seen the late model at Bordertown, and like everyone was like, "These things are going to take over," and it just it's never sort of happened around here.
Nah.
WA is like they're pretty strong.
Yeah, if you're in WA, you'd have a late model. But over this way, you got a sort of super, I think. You know, there was a few I think late models went to Alexandra last week, whoever it was, week before. But supers look better than late models, in my opinion. Right-hand drive, they're a bit smaller. I don't know. I reckon they look better. And, you know, in late model engines are open, so you can spend a lot of money or sort of get left behind. Whereas a crate and a good 366 or whatever they are, by the end of the night, like look, Pasco's got crate and he wins if not every week, it's every second week.
Yeah,
you don't need
one of the Pascos at least.
Yeah, exactly. Like you don't have to. I don't think you need to have that big engine now.
Yeah,
with the weight rule and stuff.
And you definitely won't by the time everyone's got them.
I think a lot of people just start like, well, Pasco, you always had a good engine, and he's just gone back to crates. I think you're getting blokes like that doing it. There's going to be a lot. You know, the lower class bloke that's got one is definitely going to go that way.
Yeah.
Over a good engine. I would.
Yeah. I think the thing with them, and like it's the same with what's happened with the sprint cars. You just got to leave them alone in that standard form that they come in. Though, as soon as you start letting them open them up and rev a bit more and stuff like that, the nights dramatically drop off from what everyone says. Like everyone says, "Oh, you get 40 nights from them," but that's like if you leave them alone.
Yep.
As soon as you just start letting them rev and all that sort of stuff, the nights drop off.
Yep. Like anything that revs.
Yeah.
You got to flat out rev and heaps of grunt. Obviously, they wear out quick. But I reckon, leave them just as a crate motor.
Yeah.
Then they're not going to get out of hand with price.
Yeah.
And then, you can go and buy one and you've got what the next bloke's got.
Yeah.
So you match there and then you've just got to obviously set it up and be able to drive it.
Yeah,
you're not just getting beaten by horsepower.
Yeah.
So.
Because what are they now? They're like 30. Like, by the time you put one in, they're about 30, aren't they? Like,
something like that, I think.
Yeah. So it's dramatically cheaper than the other options that are out there.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. You kind of understand where the complaints come from sprint car guys when, you can chuck that in compared to 70 plus for a 360 and way more for 14.
Yeah.
You wouldn't understand it.
Like what went and watched bloody sprint cars at Portland last season. 410s were there. And Daniel Storage has had his LS sprint car there. And I think he qualified like 7th or something in the final. It was like, against 410s. So, right track, obviously it was bloody black. It surprised me.
Yeah. I can't remember her name, so I apologise, but the girl who races in WA, she's got a crate motor in her late model.
Yeah, Veronica McCann.
Yeah, and that still keeps up against the big blocks and stuff like that. Like
Jamie O, Warren Oldfield, Jason Oldfield. I think all of them have got crates. Jamie O and Warren and Jason are winning fucking every week.
Yeah.
And they got crates.
Yeah. My only worry is like Chevrolet needs to keep making them. That's the only other worry.
Yeah.
Because I think from what I read the other day, I don't know if it's true or not because it was on Facebook.
So it's got to be true.
So it's got to be true then. Because Chev's dropped the LS from its from the factory lineup. So it's like, yeah, how many more years are left of
what they've already built?
Blocks and stuff like that. Like, yeah. Whereas when you look at like 410 stuff, 360 stuff, like Brodix, probably the biggest block maker, they can keep pumping out blocks for as long as they want. Like,
yeah.
It's not like anyone's going to tell them to stop.
Yeah.
So that's not going to run out one day. Like, so unless someone takes on a...
Why would they stop it though?
It's all the EV stuff and emissions and all that sort of stuff.
There's no emissions in Speedway.
You know what? You're actually dead right. I actually watched the thing with Donny Schott, so they put a sprint car on a emissions control thing, and there was nothing out the tailpipe. Like nothing, because of alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's all the other stuff that comes with it that we won't talk about, but I mean, getting the big balls there probably doesn't help, but anyway, that's probably the biggest worry is where's racing going to end up in that sense? And what do you see Toby running as a junior?
Not a front wheel drive.
Probably won't have a choice.
He won't do it. He race a go-kart.
Well, actually, that's the one thing that I've seen now is that the way the outlaw karts are popping up in Victoria, looks like the kids can go from, because the quarter midgets in Victoria,
big,
such a good thing. So the kids can go from that to outlaw karts, and then after outlaw karts go 500 wingless, probably some of them will go pretty straight to a sprint car. Right.
Yeah, I reckon the quarter midget is a good thing. Motocross is obviously a good thing to start them off, I reckon. Gets a bit of arsehole in them. Go-karts, which are sort of open wheel. Quarter midget's open wheel. And you can do that to your, not that you would, but you can do it to your 16, can't you?
I'm pretty sure, you're in open by that stage.
Yeah. And then, it's just into...
Because I always thought that the karts were like the real little tackers, but no, I didn't realise that they could run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how they fit in them at 16, but anyway.
I wouldn't fit in them at 16.
I wouldn't fit in them, no.
I would have been a sprint car now.
That's why I got an XF. It's got a big door opening.
Maybe a non-wing. I could maybe do a Silver Crown. Pretty fit a Silver Crown. They're a bit
bigger.
They're a bit bigger. Man, I love Silver Crown to come to Australia.
Bit more harm room.
Yeah. Actually, I'm assuming they do because they're like a wider chassis, so they must do. But yeah, it's probably the only thing I could race too.
Yeah, you could race a mod.
No.
You're probably the right build for a mod driver.
Yeah. Is that why it's working out so well for you now?
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Is there anything obviously you wanted to race supers, but is there anything you've ever been itching to race?
Speedway, no. If I had unlimited money, I'd race a off-road truck.
Yeah, like Pro 4 or something.
Yeah. That would, if I had unlimited money, that's what I'd race.
They are mega money, eh?
Yeah. But they're cool.
Yeah. You need the pre-run to go with it, though, so there's another $1 million.
They don't really. Just
send it.
Get it and go.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, if I had unlimited money, that's what I'd definitely race.
Yeah.
Would be a buggy, a truck.
I was actually talking about today, I like that. Have you seen Crandon, the track for him?
No.
Actually race him on a track. It's a circuit, but dirt with jumps and stuff in it. And Like I think they send like 12 of them out at a time.
Oh, I reckon that's in the
States there. Something
yeah. I was watching a thing on Red Bull the other day, racing them on snow.
Yeah, right.
Bloody track marked out with jumps and that in it, racing them on snow. That was cool to watch.
Yeah,
They bloody heaps cooler than anything in Speedway. Don't compare them to sprint cars.
I was referring to
Well,
that's
I
obviously
said it.
something that's changed a lot since you had one there too, is the wingless. Like,
Yeah, 100%.
because I mean, it was like you were the one saying to me, like, we kind of got to forget about wingless where they're at now being not sprints.
Yep, because when I went into the NOS sprints and
They were farmers' cars. Like, let's be honest,
tell what?
farmers' cars.
No, they were still good cars. Like they were still. I bought a car off Murray Lock, which was a cool chassis that was, just like a sprint car, just with V6 in it, and it was a nice car, but they were sort of controlled, a lot more controlled then I think than what they are now. They're still controlled, but there was, you had to buy this off that bloke and that off that bloke and whatever. But wingless now, there's been so many people, and I was one of them that I had one, and then I was like, I wouldn't even go and bother watching them if they were on the same night. But that's bloody, it's probably 10, 15 years ago or something. I had one. From where they went from there to where they are now, I watched them at the Chariots and that. I've seen them at Portland last season, the season before, whatever it was, and they put on bloody good racing.
Yeah.
I reckon they're better to watch. Like, you can watch them better than you can watch the sprint car.
I think, to be honest, if like living in Victoria and you just want to go racing, I think you're stupid not to have a wingless.
Yeah, because you can go anywhere.
You just race every weekend. Like,
yep.
Just about year round.
Yep.
Like,
they put on bloody good racing now. Like at the Chariots and that, I reckon they were heaps better than watching sprint cars.
Yeah.
They were cool up there.
Yeah, that's probably not the turning point, but like, the racing that they put on there was amazing. Like, it wasn't the wingless that.
But you look at it, Streeties were there the year before, and they were cool to watch. Streeties are always cool to watch, but up there they put on, racing was mint. So whether it's the venue or the track helps that, I don't know. But
you ever been up there?
No. No, far as I've gone as
Everyone
Alice.
raves about it. Like everyone, I haven't heard a bad word about the joint. Like,
yeah, I'd like to go there.
Yeah, like I haven't heard a single bad word about the venue, the track, the week, anything. Like,
there's probably want people just, NT people are sort of like Queensland and WA. They're laid back. Most of them will help you out. They're good people. And I could see up there, Darwin and that, they'd be very much the same, I would have thought.
Yeah. I think it's a party and there's just a speedway event goes on in the middle of it. Like.
Yeah. But they allow you to do that too. You can take your own alcohol and stuff in there, and which saves the average person a lot of money, obviously, taking your own cans and. But yeah, I'll get there one year.
Yeah, I wonder if we can sway them and put mods on.
Well, they were, there's a lot of people said about it when they said what should we sort of put on. I know a lot of people are keen to go there.
Yeah, you love those Queensland guys shoot across. And...
Yeah, they're the ones that want to go.
Yeah.
If they were on, I'd like to go. There'd be a lot of Vic cars that would go, I would have thought, just for the whole experience of it.
Yeah, because it seems like whatever class is on, like the wingless guys sort of all banded together and a lot of them travelled up together and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, they sort of all look after each other getting up
there.
there.
Yeah, help each other out.
It is a hike to get up there and then, sort of make the most of it.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to, put mods on. That'd be good. It'd be a good track for them. I think you get a lot of numbers there.
Yeah, probably. Well, because there's a million of yous up in Queensland, so.
It's a fair few here too now. I think Mildura's got like 25 or something, 26 cars or something just registered through their club.
Yeah, right.
So
there's a feature there.
Pretty much. And they're all good. They're all fast. Obviously Waters has won the Aussie title, and then you've got McCarthy and Angelo's going good. Who else is up there? Dave Smith. I think he's back this year. He was always good. Whoever else is there? Jake Jewett, Marty Hawson. There's a lot of good cars there. So you go there and if you have a good night, you've done well because wherever they go, they're competitive, very competitive. So
The Merc's been a pretty controversial thing, hasn't it?
yeah,
I personally love it. I think anything to
mix it up.
Like
we said, there's a different type of car in mods. You got that, and now you got Lester's got a Lexus, and then you've got Carlin's driving the Datsun 300ZX or whatever that thing is. Hopefully, there's a Toyota 186 getting built if they allow it.
What?
Toyota 86.
Oh,
what
yeah,
they run
the little coupe thing, yeah.
Yeah.
What engine's going to go on that?
V6, I think.
Yeah, right. Oh, so like the same as what's in the Lexus?
No, Ecotec.
Oh, right. Oh, they'll let a crossover go like that?
Talking about it, I think.
Yeah, right.
Hopefully that gets in. It's just, why not? They let a Barra into a Mustang.
Yeah, just let it happen.
That's right. What's it going to do? Just make the class better.
Yeah.
I think Brad Byron wants to drop a Charger off to get built. 265, 245, whatever it is. This would be cool. More the merrier.
Yeah. I've done like deep dives on stuff on the internet as to like what's 6-cylinder and rear-wheel drive, and there's like plenty of options, eh? Like, there's probably some stuff that's going to cost you some money to build and develop, but
what doesn't?
Like the options are like there. Like,
Dad wanted to build spoke to me about building a Merc probably about 9 or 10 years ago. Because he knew a bloke that worked for Mercedes that could help with motor and stuff. But we just never went with it. But seeing what Jared's done with it, they're bloody cool. They make plenty of grunt.
Sounds cool too.
Yeah.
Have you ever done research on like what you could build or?
Nah.
No, you just got stuck with
just build an XF.
Commodore or the Falcon. Yeah. Heaps of BMW stuff you can build, eh? Like there's a couple of BMWs floating around, isn't there?
Used to be.
There's one from your they used to be. Yeah.
Used to be, not anymore, I don't think.
Yeah. There's plenty of options there with BMW. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's heaps of 6-cylinders to choose from there. Like I actually not fully up with what's like, good to use and whatever and stuff, but there's heaps of options there.
Well, the thing is, everything's just adjustable anyway. You can make your own arms and suspensions. You got limits on where you can put it and stuff. But there's what you can buy for the Merc, you can buy for an XF or a Cortina. You can buy all the same stuff to put in them. It's just a matter of building the car and whether it works.
Yeah. Or making it work.
Making it work, yeah. Spending the time on getting it to right, getting it right.
Because I went through the list of cars that's approved by Speedway Australia. Well, not Speedway Australia, but Speedway Stands Australia for Modifieds. And it's a good 5-10 minute read to read through all the cars that are acceptable to build. There's plenty of options to build there. It's hard to, and there's stuff that's proven in terms of the Falcon and Commodore as well.
Yeah, which is just your normal everyday car. But I think if you had, no matter, if you Brock built a car, or you got, Brad Wicks, if he built a Cortina, Brock built a bloody, what we'll say, a BMW, or you got them type of blokes that are building whatever car they build, it's going to be at the front anyway.
Yeah.
Because they spend the time on them in the shed to make them right. So no matter what they built, it's going to be good. But you got the average bloke that just builds a car that doesn't know that much about it, and goes out and has some fun. It'll still go good, but to get that last little bit that you need,
and all those little trinky sort of bits.
Just how where you set stuff up and whatever. Yeah, like I said before, there's not the perfect car for the perfect, for every track. And you put them blokes could build anything and it's going to be at the front. You know, Raymond, Walters, all the top blokes, no matter what they build, it'll end up at the front at some point. So that's what I like about them.
So next effort, it'll get there.
As long as it keeps going, that's all I want. I don't really care where it finishes. I just want to go out, go to Toowoomba, got 3 heats and a final, and you can go out and do, unless you crash it or whatever, but you can go out and do 3 heats and a final and actually do some racing. I'll be happy with that. Don't really care where it finishes.
Who do you like racing?
I don't know, it's been that long since I've done it.
Yeah, because you're one of the statesmen of the game now.
I am now, yeah. Not that I've raced much, but Daniel Simpson's probably always one of the better ones to race. He's always, he won't just run into you. He'll give you room. You give him room. You can race door to door with him for 5 laps and he won't crash you. Haven't raced with Brad Wicks, but you watch him race other people and he'd be a good one to race. Brock would be a good one to race. Raymond's a good one. Walters is good.
You've done a lot with Woz.
Yeah, he's cool. Not that we got to race much in the last few years, but it'd be good to race with him again, yeah.
Character.
Oh, was I? Yeah. I won't say much more about that
one. I want to do one of these with him. Probably end up in jail with a pair of us. Like,
yeah, no, he's bloody...
He's good though. He's the kind of bloke that I love about Speedway though.
Well, he'll just jump in anything.
But we can promote the shit out of him in this sport in any class that he's running.
Because he's always up the front.
Well, he's always up the front, but he's a character too. The average bloke in the crowd can relate to him because he's working his ass off during the week.
He'll go to race a sprint car for some bloke, and then travel home, and then load the bash car up and go and race drill and just crash and bash the next day.
Yeah. Brad told me the funniest story of him at Speedway City. I won't tell it. I'll hopefully save it for him, but it was... it was like... Oh, it's great. I'll tell you after.
Just tell me now.
Nah, I don't want to say it. I'll save it for him if he comes on. But, he's working his ring off during the week and then he's having a crack on the weekend. I think any Speedway, if they see him nominate and they're not promoting the shit out of the fact that he's coming, you're stupid.
He's done that many laps.
Yeah.
It's like Matt Nelson. He's another Brad. They race everything. And I think that's why Nello's so good now, because he's always got his ass in the seat.
Yeah.
No matter what class it is, or he's always just doing it.
You've got to do it. You've got to have that. It's funny how so many guys now they're adopting it as the Kyle Larson mindset of racing anything. And it's there's been guys who've been doing that sort of stuff way before Kyle has.
Yeah, but they just don't get recognised.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a few blokes around there that are out there that do that, race different classes and that. They're not just sort of set on one thing, but yeah, they're sort of good for the sport too. They support everything.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I love about the game, the characters that are in it.
Yeah,
people can come down after the pits and actually
like I said, that's the best part about it.
They can shake hands and have a beer with these guys.
Yeah,
it's not their supercars where they get carted off and you don't see them again, kind of thing.
9 times out of 10, if you don't have a beer, someone will offer you one. That's sort of said at the start of it. It's that's the best part about Speedway, is getting to catch up with everyone. Racing's fun, but that's all the little antics that go on in the meantime. That's the fun bit.
Antics. I've never been any of them involved.
Not in Speedway.
Not to or from a Speedway either.
Yeah.
That's one thing that you're pretty well set with the travel, aren't you? You've done the travel so long. from a kid now. It's yeah.
Yeah, we're set up now. We're getting set up now. Got the bus and decking that out.
Even the young fella's a seasoned traveller already.
Yeah. I think he was 15 weeks old and he's been on the road for 9 weeks. So he's done Queensland 3 times. He's done WA once. Everything. Queensland 4 times actually. And then we've got Queensland obviously in a couple of weeks. We're heading off. Go up, leave on the 10th, and go up and do a bit of holidaying and spend some time with him and have some fun with him, and go to Toowoomba and race there, and then fly home or drive home, and then Tassie over Easter. And then he's been to every state in Australia.
Just go to Northern Territory, yeah.
Oh yeah, which is happening next year.
You just would dart back through it on the way down.
Yeah.
Just cut across the corner there or something.
Yeah, just skim into it and skim out of it. Yeah, no, he's done plenty of travelling. He's a good traveller, which makes it a lot easier.
Is it weird? Like, I think we're both saying he's going to be a racer, right?
Yeah. Well, you've seen him on the forklift, my motorbike, generator, his little Ranger. If you move the car, he's got to sit on your lap. If you move the bus, he's got to sit on your lap. Jumps up in the bus and drives it whilst parked in the yard. He's definitely not an inside kid. He loves being outside. And we haven't forced that on him. That's how he is. Just loves it, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
it's going to be an expensive child.
Won't matter though, will it? No. Whatever he needs, you'll get.
Yeah.
And Mum will okay that.
Speaking of Mum, if we better wrap this up before...
She's probably in bed.
See how that, we're both single by now.
No worries.
All right, man.
Cheers.
Well, it wasn't as bad as I thought. We'll probably keep our speedway licenses after this. And I'll turn this off and then we can say what we really want.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe.
I'll tell you that story about was.
Yeah, what did I have to tell you? Oh, about mods.
About mods, yeah. It's all right, I'll break that one right now. All right, man.
Cheers.
Thank you.